Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Modi creates history as India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. BJP Meghalaya commemorates 12 years of Modi government. Meghalaya's PGI ranking will improve significantly next year, says Education Minister Lakman Rimbui. Shillong-Dowki road construction and landslides have severely impacted tourism, says Minister Lakman Rimbui. And world leaders congratulate Narendra Modi on becoming India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. First, we look at the local news. Meghalaya unit of BJP today celebrated 12 years of Narendra Modi-led union government with a prayer meet in Shillong, reaffirming its commitment to the vision of a Viksit Bharat. The program, led by State BJP President Rickman G. Momin and senior BJP leader A.L. Hek, highlighted the government's achievements in governance, infrastructure development and welfare delivery. Party leaders credited Prime Minister Narendra Modi for driving transformative development and strengthening India's global standing.
Let's not talk about India as a whole. Let's talk only about Meghalaya. You see, the kind of infrastructure that has been brought to the state has never been seen in the last 40-45 years that we were under the rule of other political parties. The kind of infrastructure, in fact, so many, the kind of beneficiaries that have been benefited by the various schemes that our Prime Minister has given to the people, so that if India has to grow, it has to grow from the grassroots. The person who is at the lowest of the income structure, he has to grow up first, and that is the priority that the Prime Minister has given.
The Joint Action Committee Muster Roll Workers Union has demanded the immediate release of pending salaries for the muster roll workers in the PHE department, PWD Road and PWD buildings. The union said workers have not received wages for March, April and May, causing severe financial hardships to many families. The JAC has submitted a formal representation demanding that all pending salaries be cleared within June and sought an explanation from the department for the delay.
PWD PHE kampatri hadin ngira de keren ke hini gisngi te ngira de aye de kajing thor so ki chief engineer janga public health engineer nang ta PWD road but building but ngi karpadi ki ba hakine ki lai banai ba phikram sev ka pisa ilab ba phikram pantrai ka migni hukum sev no mar dor hapo new banai June ya kanikis kadao pangipan kadong tanggane ba ki khon ki master roll ha kine ki lai banai ki myo show what ban sew ye ka by school nang ta don ki nong try master roll ki ba sa ying wairo class dang ban sa be ha ki trying na mar ba myo ban sew by why.
Education Minister Lakman Rimbui has expressed confidence that Meghalaya's Performance Grading Index PGI ranking will improve substantially from next year, despite the state being ranked the lowest in the latest assessment. He said the government has introduced several reforms over the past 8 years to strengthen education, including improvement in infrastructure, teacher training and learning outcomes. According to Rimbui, the results of these initiatives are expected to be reflected in future PGI rankings.
There is always the improvement of the scores. I'm very sure that in the next PGI score 2026-27, our rank will be improved drastically, because what we have done in the last 8 years, it is unprecedented. Not to address the PGI, it is to address the quality education, to address the welfare of the student, to address the welfare of the teachers, to address the accessibility, to address everything. So we have to work hard, and work hard not only today, we have to work hard every day. We are in a position to work hard, whether officers, whether teachers, whether administrators, we have to work hard. Because don't look PGI as a school, look at the school, how to improve the education system, because our core issue is that to keep the quality education to our students.
Amlaram MLA and Cabinet Minister Lakman Rimboy today acknowledged that ongoing construction and frequent landslides along the Shillong-Dawki road have severely affected the tourism sector. He said the disruptions have impacted connectivity and the livelihoods of those dependent on tourism. However, Rimboy expressed optimism that the completed road project will significantly boost tourist arrivals to Dawki and urged the government to expedite the work while ensuring safety measures are followed.
As of now, the tourist inflow through that area is affected, the livelihood of the people is affected, but something that we need to be patient in the sense that now I have seen that the work is progressing well. Precaution is needed because we cannot deny the fact that human life also have been lost during the ongoing construction. So it is duty of the sub-divisional magistrate to see that all precautionary measures should be taken. And it's a duty of the government also to see that the construction should complete as early as possible.
The Rebhoy People's Council yesterday met Rebhoy Deputy Commissioner Abhishek Saini to express concern over the withdrawal of Mechanic Grade 1 post under the District Selection Committee. The delegation said candidates had already appeared for the examination, yet the post was withdrawn and the result remains undeclared. The RPPC urged the authorities to explain the reason behind the withdrawal and demanded that the examination result be declared.
Ngilawan ban ya kendu yo deputy commissioner ban pan ni kajing syai ba kata ka withdrawal namar kumbang ngila ban smutu namar la withdraw ya kena ka post dan dapat ka bangi ngila ban smutu kalong ba ka withdrawal kamlong official namar ngim simlayu iya kanu ka clarification ka notification kajing pensyai na kaliang ka DSC ki member secretary ngim yu ba kandon kajing pensyai pa ba Henry ki samla ki bala datho ka exam ki don be ya kena kajing kermen ba lanu ginyo ya ka result then di sini namar ba udang pumai ula ong yengi ba aipor nga shitayo hapu shitayo uni penbet bat member secretary ban smutu kambha ka ga bajia namar ba kane ga de kam ka badang long pumai ba yu and repat nakaliak singi kum kaseng ni sudan pang kawe ga jingkarpat kalong ba hadin bal ada kondok ka exam ni sngo ba ka di ka hok jong ki candidate ban yu ka result then nakaliak jong kaseng ni stress ba ya kane ka post debe ban penlait be ka result.
Unknown miscreants allegedly set fire to the office of the Sai Computer Limited at Pamdaba in Ranikor, southwest Khasi Hills district on Monday night. Officials said the office building itself was not damaged, but the blaze destroyed several assets, including computers and important documents. Officials said that the damaged property is estimated to be worth between 2.5 lakhs and 3 lakh rupees. Following the complaint, police registered a case at Ranikor police station and launched an investigation. No arrest has been made at the time of filing this report. The multi-purpose indoor hall at Mau Thengkut in Mau Shan Road is nearing completion nearly a year after its foundation stone was laid by Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and local MLA Methodius Dakar. Built at a cost of over 2.78 crore rupees, the two-court facility is around 90% complete, with only final works such as electricity and water connections remaining. Residents say that the facility will provide a major boost to sports and youth activities in Mau Shan Road region.
Ya kanega indoor kabangi yo imenta kumni kala yaj hadu khandai 4% ngiyo ba uni MLA chongi ula saibor ba hadu kata kamtam ya kini ke scheme sinat haunu snamar hajar punyau niyo ba kidalong shisha kita ki cingkerku ya kadong kathan kachongi hi barok kawai
nga panpau ya gi sungu agju dei bat kani banta la shisha ngem jupoi perkhat ru bakat kani gindur kanwan apo kasno ka thau jungi bat nga I don jing karman ba shan hi yo ban pli la da wemli jungi long kumni.
And now here are some regional news. 14 Kuki individuals who had been held hostage for nearly a month in Manipur's Senapati district were released yesterday following intervention by church organisation and civil society groups. According to Manipur DGP Mukesh Singh, the released individuals safely returned to their homes in Tapho village. The hostages were among the 44 civilians taken captive after 3 Thado church leaders were killed in an ambush on May 13.
My dear people, the Kuki people, I want to appeal you all that during our hostages in 27 days, we have learned a great things from our brothers, the Naga brothers. So I appeal you that you also copy some these special things from them and do the good things in return to their kindness, and we were being released unconditional and on humanitarian ground.
The commitments and assurance given by the state government of Manipur that they will put all effort and trace out the status of and establish the status of the mission hostages and produce within certain time-bound manner.
The Sikkim unit of the BJP today held a special prayer ceremony at the Dodrul Choten to mark 12 years of the Narendra Modi-led government at the centre. State BJP President D.R. Thapa hailed Prime Minister Narendra Modi as India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister and credited his leadership for the country's development and growing global stature. Thapa said that the BJP would launch a village outreach program to highlight central government scheme and development projects.
आज ग्लोबल मोदी जी सिर्फ भारत का नहीं, आज ग्लोबल लीडर बन गए हैं। सिक्किम में भी जन कल्याण काम हो रहा है और हम लोग आज से ये शुरू कर रहे हैं, नेशन बिल्डिंग इज द मिशन। ये किताब हम लोग गांव-गांव में दे रहे हैं और गांव-गांव में जा रहे हैं। जहां-जहां हमारा सेंटर का स्कीम से जहां-जहां पहुंच गया है, जहाँ नहीं पहुँच गया है, वो भी हम लोग गाँव-गाँव लेकर जा रहे हैं। जितना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर बन गया है, हॉस्पिटल बन गया है, रोड बन गया है, वो भी हम लोग गाँव-गाँव जाके विजिट कर रहे हैं।
And now we bring for you some national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today became the longest-serving elected Prime Minister in India's history, completing 4,399 consecutive days in office and surpassing the record of Jawaharlal Nehru. Mr. Modi first took office on 26th of May 2014 and has now exceeded Nehru's elected tenure of 4,398 days. Congratulations have poured in from several quarters, including leaders from across the world. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar highlights that over the past decade, Prime Minister Modi-led governance and leadership has strengthened India's identity, pride and can-do spirit.
You know, I think Prime Minister Modi is very much a person of these times. That India actually grew up a leader like him who was in tune with its aspirations and with its expectations, with the thinking of the people, with the popular sentiment. But there's the other way, which is that he also has shaped it, he has steered it, he has led it. And I obviously am concentrated, focused on the foreign policy aspect of it.
The Union Cabinet today passed a resolution congratulating Prime Minister Narendra Modi on becoming India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister in consecutive terms. Briefing the media in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that the resolution discusses this holistic milestone of the Prime Minister's continuous service to the nation as an elected Prime Minister and outlines several commitments and resolutions.
के रूप में सर्वाधिक अवधि निरंतर देश की सेवा करने वाले प्रधानमंत्री। आज 10 जून 2026 का दिन भारतीय लोकतंत्र की यात्रा में एक ऐतिहासिक और प्रेरणादायी पड़ाव के रूप में अंकित हुआ है। आज श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी निर्वाचित प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में सर्वाधिक अवधि तक निरंतर देश की सेवा करने वाले प्रधानमंत्री बन गए हैं। उन्होंने निर्वाचित पीएम के तौर पर 4,399 डेज की निरंतर सेवा का कीर्तिमान स्थापित किया है, जो स्वतंत्र भारत के इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ है। इससे पूर्व श्री जवाहरलाल जी नेहरू ने 1952 से लेकर 1964 तक निरंतर 4,398 दिन तक इस पद को सुशासित किया था।
The National Democratic Alliance (NDA) is holding a meeting in New Delhi today to mark 12 years of the Modi-led government and celebrate Prime Minister Narendra Modi becoming India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. The meeting was attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, senior BJP leaders, chief ministers, deputy chief ministers and representatives of all NDA allies from 22 NDA-governed states and union territories. Chief ministers of the northeastern states, including Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, also attended the meeting. And now let's take a look at some international news. Congratulatory messages have poured in from international leaders after Prime Minister Narendra Modi became India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. The leaders of Maldives, Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea, Italy, Trinidad and Tobago and United States Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, were among the first to congratulate Prime Minister Modi on X. The messages underscore the international recognition of Modi's historic tenure and India's growing global influence.
Hello and greetings from Papua New Guinea to my friend Prime Minister Modi. Congratulations on reaching a historic milestone, the longest continuous Prime Minister of the great country of India. You have now surpassed the record as the longest serving Prime Minister of India. India remains a friend of Papua New Guinea. You personally have come here. I give respect to you as a senior leader of the Global South, and I am happy that you have now hold record as the longest serving Prime Minister of India.
Rescue and relief operations are continuing in southern Philippines after a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Mindanao on Monday. Authorities said the death toll has risen to 37, with more than 450 people injured and thousands displaced. Several hospitals suffered damages, forcing medical teams to treat patients in temporary outdoor facilities. Several buildings sustained severe structural damage, while emergency responders remain engaged in search, rescue and relief operations across the affected areas. And now let's take a look at some sports news. With the 2026 FIFA World Cup just days away, referees from across the globe have gathered in Miami for an intensive training camp aimed at preparing officials for football's biggest tournament. Led by former Italy referee Pierluigi Collina, the program includes classroom sessions and on-field exercises focused on decision-making, positioning and teamwork. FIFA says the camp is designed to ensure referees are fully prepared for the tournament, which begins on June 11th across the United States, Canada and Mexico. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. The minimum temperature recorded was 24 degrees Celsius, while the maximum temperature was 31 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 68%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature recorded was 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 84%, rainfall being 5.9 millimeters. Meanwhile, in July, the minimum temperature recorded was 19 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature 24 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 76% with rainfall 3.1 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juai says moderate rain with thunder showers likely at many places. And before we conclude, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi creates history as India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. BJP Meghalaya commemorates 12 years of Modi government. Meghalaya's PGI ranking will improve significantly next year, says Education Minister Lakman Rimboy. Shillong Dauki road construction and landslides have severely impacted tourism, says Minister Lakman Rimboy. And world leaders congratulate Narendra Modi on becoming India's longest-serving elected Prime Minister. And that's a wrap of today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us. And from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.